welcome to another episode of Wealthapp Holiday Adda, where we bring to you the stories of those who dared to dream. Today on our show, we have with us a true warrior and somebody who has achieved so much, and we are so happy to have her here today with us, Dr. Tapati Guha Maulik. Dr. Maulik, thank you so much for giving us this time and for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Dr. Maulik, I'm aware that you have spent a considerable amount of time working abroad, and you started your journey as a doctor in India, and then you moved abroad to bring about some change that you envisioned to see. So, ma'am, if you could tell us a little bit about how that journey started.
After qualifying from Adda Medical College, I went straight to UK to do my further studies. At that time, I wasn't sure what I was going to specialize in, but so I worked in different departments like medicine, surgery, pediatrics, anesthetics, and finally into general surgery, and finally into gynae obstetrics. I took gynae obs as my career, which was a very busy line, and then I achieved all the exams, DRCOG, MRCOG, and finally FRCOG, and managed to get all the training, clinical training in the different hospitals in Wales. And finally, I became a consultant there, being the first colored woman to get a consultant's post. Having had that job, I didn't realize that I was going to be so popular. Somehow, I specialized in gynecological cancer, and I was in charge, lead clinician in that field for many years. The job was very busy. I had very little time for myself because I was inundated with cancer work and routine work as it is. The workload became so heavy that at one stage I was thinking of leaving the job, but I was more or less dedicated to this profession, so I carried on like a donkey.
You've done some great work, and that too, I feel that you have laid the path for many women, young women today, to dream and to see their dreams through. Ma'am, which year was it that you moved to the UK and you became a consultant?
In 1966, I went to UK.
And you became a consultant in?
I became a consultant in 1973.
Wow. I mean, 7 years. That must have been.
No, yes, because I was doing all other jobs, you see, so I just wanted to see which line would be preferable for me. So
you gathered so much experience.
Yes.
So, ma'am, today we talk a lot about women empowerment and women working abroad and women becoming doctors, and gynecological cancer field that you specialized in is not very explored, I would say, in India, as far as I am aware. So, ma'am, how do you view the situation here in India? What is the state?
Here, everybody does every kind of surgery, whether they are trained in anything or not, I don't know. But you have to specialize in cancer in order to do cancer work. If you see a surgeon who's done 1 or 2 in a year, that person shouldn't be doing cancer work. You've got to do it on a regular basis so that you have the experience and you can treat the patient well. But having said that, I find here that anybody and everybody is doing this cancer surgery, and they're not doing it properly, and therefore the mortality rate or the success rate is low. and the doctors are not monitored. You have to know the performance of the consultants, how they are progressing, what their figures are, whether they are losing their patients due to bad surgery or due to poor treatment with chemotherapy or radiotherapy. So these are the things which needs to be looked at, and this can only be done with the multidisciplinary meetings where you can discuss about the case and treat the patient. As you are aware, only one head is not very good. The surgeon is there, but you have to have reports from radiology department, and the other facility should be available for the person to act properly.
Ma'am, you've worked for so many years and you have great, vast experience. So, coming to a slightly different question, you said you had a busy life, you've worked for so many years, and so over the years, how would you say your relationship as a doctor, how has your relationship with money evolved or changed, or where it stands today?
Money and me, I didn't look at it properly because I didn't have the time. And I knew the money would come in if I work hard. So money came in as it should be, although initially it was very poor. The UK was giving very low salary. But over the years, it went up. But if your performance is good, you don't have to look at your money. It just, money just flows in. So this is what has happened. I never looked at it, but I was being told by friends, keep some money here and there and it will grow. Mm-hmm. So this is what has happened. And I've been helped by Indian people as well, who have helped me in investing in different places, and that's what I've done.
So, and where does that relationship stand today, now that you've been part of the Wealthapp family for quite a few years now?
Yeah, I'm very disturbed because being a UK citizen with a British passport, I will be heavily taxed by both the countries, India and UK. So I don't know what the figures will be at the end, but the governments are going to benefit from my earning.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your experience with us. Ma'am, I would like to just end with one last question. You've been an integral part of our family, of the Wealthapp family, and I've heard so much about you. You've written a book which is so popular now today. So, ma'am, could you tell us a little bit about that book?
I wrote that book during my retirement period because I had plenty of time to write. After retirement, I didn't do very much work. I did few locums here and there, but I had plenty of time for myself. And as I had a very troubled life during my training period, I decided that I should let people know that I had a hard time coming to the top as a consultant.
And I think that's what makes the book so popular. I mean, it is the story of your heart. It comes straight from the heart.
Yes.
And that's what resonates with all of us. Ma'am, I would just like to end with one more. How would you say has Wealthapp helped you consolidate your wealth?
I came to know about Wealthapp when I came here on holidays. My accountant told me about Wealthapp, and I was being introduced to Shomajit, and he was very kind to me, and he gave me some lectures on wealth and helped me in investing. And I don't even bother to look at the figures or anything like that. I see him once a year when I come, and whatever he tells me, I take it for granted because I trust him.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your experience with us. And I feel that our conversation today will serve as an inspiration for so many who will watch this conversation and maybe be inspired and learn from you and your experiences. Thank you so much, ma'am.